Miss Amy. I'm here for another edition of Creation Station. Today is Wednesday, April 1st, 2020, and today we're going to be reading Crazy Hair Day by Barney Salzberg. So here we go, Crazy Hair Day. Stanley Birdbaum woke up early. Bald Eagle Elementary School was celebrating Crazy Hair Day, and Stanley couldn't wait. He had celebrated Pajama Day, Twin Day, and 60s Day. Stanley's favorite was Twin Day because he and his best friend, Larry Finchfeather, had worn exactly the same thing. Stanley was ready. He had rubber bands, he had styling gel, and to make his hair perfect, Stanley had 2 cans of Halloween hairspray. Stanley's mother knew just what to do. She wrapped, she dipped, and to make his hair perfect, she sprayed Stanley's hair bright orange and blue. "Ta-da!" said Stanley. "I am a work of art." "You're going to be late if you don't hurry," said his mother. Stanley rolled the rubber bands in his hair. He gently tapped the tops of his spikes. "This," he says, "is going to be a day I will never forget." "I bet Larry Finchfeather and I will have the craziest hair in the whole school," Stanley thought. As he walked towards the classroom, he heard his teacher talking. "And remember," Mr. Winger said, "Crazy Hair Day is next Friday." Everyone stopped. Everyone stared. Stanley felt sick. Larry Finchfeather said, "Is that a hair do or a hair don't?" Everyone laughed. Stanley ran to the bathroom. A few minutes later, Stanley heard someone come in. "It's me, Larry Finchfeather." "The Larry who just made fun of me in front of the whole class?" asked Stanley. "I was only teasing," said Larry. "Some days you tease me too much," said Stanley. "Mr. Winger said he wants me to try to be a peacemaker instead of a troublemaker," said Larry. "I'm supposed to bring you back to class." "I'm not going," said Stanley. "If you stay in here, you'll miss being in the class picture," said Larry. "I thought that was next Friday," said Stanley. "Crazy Hair Day is next Friday. Today is school picture day," Larry said. Stanley rolled the bands in his hair. He gently tapped the tops of his spikes. "This," he said, "is going to be a day I will never forget." Larry Finchfeather suggested that Stanley try washing his hair in the sink. "It won't help," said Stanley. "Halloween hair color lasts for days." "Well, it really doesn't matter. It's only your hair," Larry told him. "If you don't come out here by the time math is over, I'm coming to get you. You can't stay in here all day." It was very quiet after Larry Finchfeather left, and Stanley wondered if maybe he could spend the whole day in the bathroom. He ate lunch. He drew pictures. He even timed himself to see how fast he can flush all the toilets. 22.5 seconds, he shouted. "A new world record by me, Stanley Birdbaum." Stanley had counted to 121, 122, 123 drops of water from the leaky faucet when Larry Finchfeather came back. "Beep, time's up. Let's go," Larry announced. "Picture time." "If I'm in it, I'll look like the class weirdo," said Stanley. "Remember 60s Day, when Mr. Winger had the flu, but came in anyway?" said Larry. "He said the day wouldn't be the same if we weren't all together. You have to come. I'll give you 5 minutes." Larry Finchfeather left, and Stanley Birdbaum thought about 60s Day, when Mr. Winger had taught them all those great songs. He remembered how on Pajama Day, everyone in his class had warm PJs and slippers. Then Stanley imagined what his class picture would look like without him. He decided to go back to class. To keep from being nervous, Stanley made up a song. Crazy hair, wish it really wasn't there." Stanley felt someone touch his shoulder. "I was just coming to get you," said Larry Finchfeather. "What if they all laugh at me again?" asked Stanley. "Everything will be fine," Larry whispered. "I promise." Stanley stood in front of the class. Everybody stopped. Everyone stared. Stanley rolled the rubber bands in his hair. He gently tapped the tops of his spikes. This, he said, is going to be a day I will never forget. The end. Oh, isn't that nice? Look at his whole class. Everyone put something on their heads so that Stanley wouldn't be the only one with crazy hair. This one has some pencils in his hair. Another one has a globe on his head. That's the teacher. That's so nice. The end. Crazy Hair Day. I hope you like that book. I always like that book. I think it's so cute. Anyway, so today we're going to make our Stanley and we're going to give him some crazy hair. So what you're going to need is you're going to need your template, which is posted above. So I'm going to put that right here. And also what you're going to need is a piece of construction paper. I happen to choose red. You can choose any color you'd like. You can choose a whole bunch of different colors because what you're going to do is you're going to cut strips of the construction paper out. So if you have multiple colors, that's fine. You just cut a bunch of strips. If you don't have any construction paper at all, you can again just start coloring and then cut them out. Okay, so once you have your strips, what you're going to do is you're going to put some glue right here over his forehead, and then you're going to start placing my construction paper strips over the glue, just like that. Okay, so once my red construction paper is all glued on his forehead, you see like this, now I can start giving him a haircut. So that is up to you, whether you want him to have long hair or short hair or spiky hair, that is up to you. So all you need is a scissor and then we're gonna cut. So maybe I'll cut his front hair short. So I'm gonna cut these two short. Like that, and I'll cut this one long. Okay, there you go. So now there is my Stanley. Now I can go back, I can color in his shirt however I like. I can color his eyes, I can color inside his ears, and I can finish up my project. But what's important is we made him have some crazy hair on his crazy hair day. So I hope you enjoyed our project, and I hope you enjoyed our book, Crazy Hair Day. And see you next Wednesday. Bye.